But I guess this would be the minute now, though, to reveal like a thing we've been alluding to the whole series so far. Because this, in the original scripts and in the novelization and all that kind of business, this is where they reveal what was actually supposed to happen in this scene. The secret of the red leather book, which is present there. It's weird too when you see it, because it's like they've done a nice job of lighting it where everything's kind of like, this muted gray blue color, including Bruce, and then this red book popping right next to him, almost as if they're trying to draw your eye to it because it's supposed to be super important or something. But do either you two guys, do you know the secret of the red leather book and what was supposed to be in there?
No, but now that you mention it, they do set that up earlier in the movie, and it's never really paid off.
Yeah. It's meant to be like a big through line that constantly comes up, and they just cut 90% of it.
Well, that's the thing. So as we've been picking up the threads as we've gone this whole season, I'll bring them together now, just so people can understand what this plot line was supposed to be. Okay, so begins way back on the helicopter, Batman fighting Two-Face. Two-Face says to him, and this is a deleted scene, they filmed it, but they deleted it, of Two-Face saying to him, like, oh, you're no better than me, you're a killer too, because Batman, in these movies, has killed quite a few people. And so that actually begins to trigger Bruce, and all these repressed memories and stuff begin occurring after that. Something about that statement has really troubled him, and they're supposed to be having dreams. You can see it in the video for Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me, Bruce Wayne shooting up in a bed, and he's supposed to have had a dream where the words "You're a killer too" have echoed through his mind.
Yeah.
Basically that, and so then he goes to meet with Chase Meridian, who gives him, later on in the movie, like the Dream Warden, which is black and white, like Two-Face, split down the middle, but it's also a little bit like Batman, because like the dark side and the light side, and it's a warden, like Batman is the warden of Gotham and whatnot. So that's bugging him as well. And of course, when Chase Meridian gives him this Dream Warden, she's like, what is Batman's deal? It's as if he's punishing himself. It's as if what crime could he have possibly committed? To endure this nightly torture. So you're like, oh, all right, Batman punishing himself. What's happening there? So, of course, then later on, Two-Face kills Dick Grayson's parents, much like Jack Napier killed Batman's parents.
Ooh.
And Dick Grayson is obsessed with vengeance. And Bruce Wayne tells him, you can avenge your parents' death. You can get the guy who got them, but it won't make any difference. You'll just go out looking for another face, and your life will become consumed by revenge, and you won't know why. And then as Bruce is reminiscing about his own parents' death, Alfred's talking to him, and he says, like, yeah, I killed them. And Alfred's like, what do you mean you killed them? He's like, oh, Two-Face killed that boy's parents and stuff. And it's like something muddled going on in his head here. And of course, then it gets to the deleted Kenneth Frequency scene, which we dealt with there just the other week, where they're going like, Batman's just doing more trouble than he's worth at the minute now. He's damaging all this property. Can he not just, like, why is he still here and whatnot? And Bruce Wayne's like, yeah, why am I still here? I know there's more than the bat. He specifically mentions that he knows about this giant bat that he saw. And he's like, why do I feel this compulsion to keep doing what I'm doing? I can't, it's like an obsession. I can't stop and stuff. And I want to. I'm conflicted about it. So then, this scene, he finally remembers what was in the red leather book that his father left behind, his father's journal. And as he's talking to Chase Meridian, he realizes on the last page, the last thing his father ever wrote was, Bruce insists on going to the theater tonight. Which means that Bruce Wayne has been repressing in his mind the entire time that he actually blames himself for his parents' death. The reason killing Jack Napier and beating up all these criminals has never had any kind of satisfaction, it's never sated his appetite for revenge, is because it was never them he wanted revenge on. It was always a punishment for the crime he believes he committed subconsciously of causing his own parents' murder. So Batman is actually like an obsessive-compulsive kind of impulse that Bruce Wayne has, much like Two-Face with his flipping the coin and all that stuff, of a series of just punishing himself for a crime he believes he committed as a child over and over and over again. And so that was supposed to be the reveal of the red leather book. And it was all deftly kind of woven through the movie. And then they went, nah, we're taking it out. And then so then they went, well, we got all this footage. What are we going to do with it? And it's like, he fell into a hole and he saw a bat.
What? A
and
red
that's what he's been
herring.
repressing.
It's quite a literal red herring at this
Yeah.
point. It's a very big red book.
Yeah, that we don't get.
Oh my God.
We don't get a payoff for. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I'll defend them on one thing, though, right? keep in mind the tone of this film. Would that story fit this movie? I think that's too heady, too deep, too good.
Yeah, that seems more like of a Nolan storyline, like in the Batman Begins movies. That seems a little dark for this cartoony kind of world.
Yeah, this is trying to be more 60s and light and fun. I know it's got some dark elements. It always has to, but I think maybe they probably sat down and were like, hang on a minute. No. This is almost veering into Tim Burton territory again.
That's why I love it, though. I'm an advocate for the Red Book edition. There's people who want it all recut to have all that stuff. But you can get a lot of the deleted scenes on YouTube, and people have done fan edits where they put stuff back in. And I'm like, yeah, I really believe that if a lot of people really love Batman Forever, a lot of people are very dismissive of it. I think if they had that in, that would be a major defense of like, well, look at this psychological profile they did of Bruce Wayne, where they had like, look how well that was folded into everything. So, but then when you take it out, you're just like, yeah, what was that weird doll thing she gave him, and like, what was with the red leather book, and like, we had repressed memories about what? They fell in a hole? Like, what? What is this?
Yeah, but do all those scenes sit nicely next to Jim Carrey shouting "Spank me"?
Yeah.